How's it, everybody? We welcome you all to our Pidgin meeting. We invite you all to take your seats. We are about to begin in just a bit, yeah? So before we begin, we invite everyone to stand if you're able to. We know we're excited for this meeting we're about to have, but we invite you all to stand first, and we'll sing song number 33, Throw Your Burden on Jehovah. Once again, song number 33. Alright, so let's get right into it, yeah? So we have Brother Rick Ikeda. He's going to give our Pidgin talk today, and his title is Coping with Life's Anxieties. So, Brother Ikeda. You're at the right place. You see the leg. I don't usually use leg, but somebody gave me so I'm going to use the leg. Okay. Yeah. So, hopefully the talk today, Coping with Life's Anxieties, is basically how we handle all the worries that we face in life. That's what it means. And we all get worries. Yeah? You know, small kind, big kind, you know, but we worry. You know, something affects us. If somebody tell me, oh brother, I have no worries, you know, everything's fine. Gotta be either two things. One, I don't believe him. And two, maybe his porch light blinking and nobody will tell him, yeah? In other words, we all have worries, yeah? It's natural for us, especially living in these times, getting harder and harder for any of us to maintain our faith, because Satan is trying to have us stop serving Jehovah. So I'm not saying no worry at all. That's not what the talk is about. But you know, anxiety, the word, fancy word anxiety, but what it means is worry, to worry. And what it goes further to mention is when we worry too much, you know, when all these things start to, you know, just like, you know, we think about it in our minds and what about this, what about that, how am I going to handle this, or what if this problem come up, you know, what if my husband's sick, my wife's sick, how am I going to pay the bills, all these things, you know, we think about, yeah, it comes with life, because we don't know what to expect. Today, tomorrow can change. So all these things, you know, can work on our mind. Any of us have panic attack? No, raise your hand. I had panic attack. To tell you the truth, I had panic attacks. And that's a scary experience, I tell you, to have a panic attack. When your mind just, you know, just like you're going crazy. Yeah. You know, all these things, just, you think to yourself, hey, pretty soon I'm going over the edge. You know, just I'm going over the edge because so many things, you know, make you worry. And then somehow, you know, me, was Jehovah bring me back, you know, from going over that edge. You know, when they tell myself, you know, I gotta stay focused. Jehovah help me, you know, put aside the other distractions and help me get through this period. And that will help me calm down. It becomes so scary, yeah, that you forget how to breathe. Yeah. You know, when you get panic attack, you forget how to breathe, just like you hyperventilate and then your mind starts playing tricks on you. That's panic attack. And I know, as I talk to you in the audience, and I've talked to, you know, many of you I know, you know, if you experienced this before in your life, you know, and we're going through that. And so the talk helps us to appreciate that, you know, as we get closer to the end of the system, the challenges, the pressures, the worries, you know, it might get more and more. Yeah, we're not certain. I was just talking to this good friend of mine, this brother, and he says, you know, doesn't it seem, Rick, you know, it's one thing after another. Yeah, we use the expression that quite a bit. One thing after another. You know, it's just like, you know, sad to say, but, you know, one funeral, yeah, and the next week, and the next week, and you know, many of our brothers, faithful ones for many years, It gets depressing. You know, we try to be happy and, we try to be encouraging, but it hurts. It takes a part of us every time things like this we experience in life. So the Bible puts it this way though. If you turn to Matthew chapter 6, I encourage you to turn to the Bible, Matthew chapter 6. And verses 31 to 34. Okay. I will read it from the New World Translation. It says, Matthew 6, 31 to 34. It says, so never be anxious, or if you like, put the word never worry, and say what are we to eat, or what are we to drink, or what are we to wear? For these are things the nations are eagerly pursuing. Your heavenly Father knows you need all these things. Keep on then seeking first the kingdom and his righteousness, and all these other things will be added to you. So never be anxious or worry about the next day, for the next day will have its own worries or anxieties. Each day has enough of its own troubles. How true, yeah? How true that statement. In other words, it's telling us it's to be expected. Pressure is going to intensify, going to get worse. And why is that? It's because every day that goes by, Satan gets more and more angry. You think today he's angry. Tomorrow he's more angry. And the next day he's going to be more angry. And the next day he's going to work on us even more. That's how Satan is. Because he knows his time is short. We're happy. We're looking for the future, not him. We're looking to see our resurrected loved ones. We want to be in the paradise. We get all these foregleams of what we can look forward to. Not Satan. His end is pretty close. So it's expected, yeah. He's going to apply the pressure. He's going to make us worry more and more. You see? So we got to learn we got to protect ourselves so we don't get overwhelmed. Get so worked up that we forget what's more important in our life and serve Jehovah. When you look at the world today, the newspaper, or you just watch the news, even if you don't take the newspaper, look at the problems the world facing. Too far gone. Men cannot solve the problems already. And here we're supposed to be getting more educated, yeah? And yet, the way people are acting is more animalistic, yeah? They act more like animals. No more love, no more respect. Everybody look out for their own self. That's how this world is. You know that. If you gotta work with the worldly people, that's how they act. But not Jehovah's people, yeah? Even though there's, some individuals out there, we're not saying everybody out there is bad. Some get good heart. They like do what's right. They like help people, but they cannot. They can't. Because they're working against Satan and they're working against the whole system. Satan controls everything else. He can control Jehovah's people. That's why it makes him mad. He can control us. We can only control ourselves. Right? That's the only person we can change. We cannot change nobody else. No matter how much we try, we can only change ourselves. And Satan knows that, see? So he look at us and he say, okay, Brother Ikeda, yeah, he like do this, he like go hunting, he like go fishing. I don't count him out. So he, get him involved in other stuff, But the main thing is keep focus on the kingdom. That's the thing going to keep us. That's what stabilizes us, keep us grounded. The truth. That's what going to keep us together. That's what going to make us make it into the new system. Sticking together like this, supporting one another. You look at things in the world like the cost of living going up, yeah, finding proper housing. For some, the energy crisis, unemployment, and more today we hear about medical healthcare issues. Yeah, talk to the different friends oh, realize what they're going through, health-wise. But, they have to take care of their parents, the older ones, and what they're experiencing themselves. Okay, what kind of medical help can we get? We don't have any medical insurance. How are we going to pay for this if we have to do that? One time I went for a prescription, and they said for 30 pills, I got to pay $300. 30 pills, $300. I said, I don't need the pills. I don't need the pills, sorry. I can deal with it. But you see, the cost, everything, yeah? It's business, yeah? Make money, whatever, and prescriptions and so forth. But of course, that's some of our concern, yeah? And the Bible, also mentions that too, see? Matthew 24, 6 to 8. Why don't we turn to that? It was familiar scripture too. It's in Matthew 26. If you still have your Bible, Matthew 6, 24 rather. I'm sorry. Matthew 24, verses 6 to 8. Okay. Matthew 24, 6 to 8. He says, "You're going to hear of wars and reports of wars. See that you are not alarmed, for these things must take place. But the end is not yet. Nation will rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. Food shortages, earthquakes, one place after another. All these things are the beginning of pangs of distress." Yeah. So well put. The Bible foretold all these things happening today was foretold long time ago already. What to expect. And even closer to home, what about the family unit today? Yeah. There's so many broken families, Even if they live together, there's no communication. There's no more that, that love and that bond that should be there between husband and wife and the children. Broken homes, so many single parents, and even the parents trying to control their children. Nowadays, so disrespectful, even young ones. You're driving down the road, they're playing on the road, you stop for them, they look at you as, hey, why? What's up? They give you that look. You think, oh, this young kid. It was mine, boy. Couple of slaps. But I look at that, I think, oh, how can, yeah? But parental training, right? Yeah, respect comes from home. You gotta teach them. You teach them the right way, and hopefully follow through, yeah, in their life. And that's what we're told from the Bible, right? Another thing too, those who study the world, the economy, the banking system, they call these, economists, they study the trend, yeah, about the money value. That's why if you go Japan, the American dollar is, is worth more there. You go another country, it's less. That's what. The world banking system, these ones that study the trend about money and banking, even they're scared that one day the banking system will collapse. The banking system collapse. And what's going to happen to all our, our savings or whatever we accumulate, we figure, okay, when I retire, I will enjoy, I will take my kids Disneyland, I will take them here. And all your money, all that you work for, nothing. How are they going to affect us? You see, if we trust only in that. I was just telling my friend, people say, okay, money is important. But if push comes to shove, I was thinking, here this person over here, he says, hey, I get $100 bill. Yeah, I get $100 bill. And I get one big head of cabbage in my hand. And the person, and we're starving, and I get one family to feed. And he tell me, hey brother, I buy you cabbage for $100. I'm going to tell you, eat your $100. I get the cabbage. I won't keep the cabbage because I can feed my family. What will be more important? Yeah? When you think about it. Yeah. A head of cabbage, you can eat your $100 bill. I don't know how long it will last, but You see, yeah, just the value. When you think about things like that, yeah. So no worry. Jehovah going to take care. We put first things first in our life. And now the reason why I mention these things, not to get you discouraged, brothers, because the talk is not designed, to discourage us, but to encourage us, to prepare us, yeah, for what's ahead, what's going to come, And, it's the sad realities, but, that's what we experience in life. So, where can we go then? Where's the source to help us to deal with all these worries that we have to contend with? Well, mankind today go in the wrong direction, right? We see that. Say, for example, your car giving you problems. Maybe it's transmission. Your transmission slipping and your car not doing good. You're going to a plumber. You're going to a plumber and say, oh, brother, you can fix my car for me. You're going to tell, hey, I don't know nothing about mechanic. I can fix your pipe, but I don't can fix it. So you got to go to the right person, right? You go to a mechanic. And then even at that, you're going to ask, oh, hey, who's one good mechanic? Who would you recommend? And then they're going to tell you, oh, so-and-so, he does good work, he honest, and he's not going to charge you more than, supposed to. So you're going to tell, oh, okay, thank you. I go to the right mechanic. But man, that's why, they go to all different sources, but wrong direction. They don't see that the right direction is Jehovah. That's what's going to help us, during these difficult times. Some people turn to drugs, and there's so many, millions, you cannot estimate already how many people are on drugs, prescription drugs. Yeah. You go to the doctor and they tell you, okay, you try this certain drug and see how it works. And if no work, you come back in next week, next doctor appointment, and then we see maybe we can up the dosage or we can give you a different prescription, And it goes back and forth for months. We're trying to balance ourselves. We think, oh boy, and prescription drugs, maybe we, the individuals take. But just look at the commercial when you look at the TV. Yeah? They say, oh, for this problem, this certain product would help you. But the side effects, worse? Oh, you can get diarrhea, you can get, you can be dizzy, you cannot operate equipment, you can shortness of breath. I look at the side effects, I say, oh, man, worse the side effects if you take the pills. And they say, ask your doctor first before you because it can cause heart attack and all kinds. I say, yeah, you see that yourself. You see that on TV. So I think, wow. So people turn to drugs, don't solve the problem. I'm not a medical doctor, yeah. I cannot tell you. We're just telling from the Bible's point of view. But maybe there are need to go to the medical. The society has encouraged us. Maybe we need professional help. But then, drugs is not the solution. Yeah? That's the thing, as we're trying to, explain. In fact, they have this drug abuse program. And one brother, he was formerly, incarcerated because of his bad conduct. He says, they have this 1 month course you have to take, drug abuse, and also this anger management courses. And he says, 1 month, this course, he says, no going to help. Brother, no going to help. Even you go 1 year, one month, it takes longer for these guys to, to cope, yeah, or to deal with these problems. It's too short as the period. So, yeah, they go to the program, they go outside, they commit the same thing they do. Go steal car, whatever. Because there wasn't help. Man's system, the institutions, are not geared to help man, you see, to deal with these problems. Only we got to go to Jehovah. And then so some maybe you think, okay, maybe money going ease the worries, yeah. But more often than not, it adds to our anxieties, our worries. Because the more we have, usually the more we want, yeah, for security, and even at that we fear, what if we lose it all? I worked so hard, you know. I used to work for a painting, company, yeah, and a lot of these old timers, they were going about to retire and they're looking for the retirement, nice nest egg so that they figure, I can live comfortably. Then they change, yeah. The companies and things change, and then they say, we cannot give you as much as you anticipated. Oh, how distraught, yeah, they were. They say, what? Almost half of my retirement, I'm not going to get. What's up with that, man? So if we rely just on, money for security, it doesn't work. Eventually, we reap what we sow. And people who try to get more and more, they're selfish, they're heartless to get to that point, In other parts of the world, it is thought to have a big family, yeah? So that if you have a bigger family, then, later on in life, your children can take care of you, yeah? That's the thing, that's the mentality they had, before, even when we were growing up. But that too is a falsehood. Because what we see happening today, more and more the children have to move back with their parents. Yeah. Because they cannot find, they cannot live on their own. They cannot find place to live, or maybe, even to afford their own place. So they have to move home, to get the support. And then, see, all this, adds up. And where you see even today, grandparents gotta take care of the grandkids, in many cases. Several cases. Grandkids they have to take care of. So you see how, putting a security, family gonna take care of you. That's another false hope, brothers. It doesn't work today. Yeah? Sad to say, there was some, many expectations. In fact, one prominent person, he said, and he reasoned, he said, why can't we get, all the smartest guys, from all the different countries, okay, the most brilliant minds, why they can come together, sit down, and figure out how to make peace on this earth, yeah? If they're so smart, why they can do that? Why they can do that? Still we see troubles, turmoil, we see terrorists, we see killings in the school, young kids shooting young kids, every day you hear something. Why they cannot solve these problems? The Bible gives us the answer. The Bible tells us here, and it's a familiar scripture. I know we use this, oftentimes, but Isaiah chapter 10, Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 23. Yeah. Jeremiah 10:23. Here it says, I well know Jehovah that man's way does not belong to him. It does not belong to man who is walking even to direct his step. So what is it telling us here? Man cannot rule over man. It was never meant to be. That wasn't Jehovah's purpose. We were to be ruled by Jehovah. Jehovah would set the course for us, and we're supposed to follow. Due to imperfection, it gets harder and harder to do that. But Jehovah gives us the guidelines. He tells us, try your best if you can. Sometimes we fall, but he says, get up, I can help you. You can make it. And we're almost at the end of the, at the finish line. We almost reached the finish line. In fact, our fingers over the finish line already. We're just pulling ourselves over. And if we give up, let go. Waste time. Poho, Poho. They say. So no give up. It's too close, yeah? to give up in this system of things. So the thing is, we have to look for the right direction. We have to go to the right source. And that is only from Jehovah. It's not going to come through man, through their institutions. You look at Bible examples, those who trusted in Jehovah. It was Noah and his family. Yeah. You know, they listened to Jehovah's direction, and so they were able to survive the global flood. You look at Lot and his family, his daughters. They relied on Jehovah, and so they were delivered when destruction came upon Sodom and Gomorrah. The wife went turned back. She never listened. We don't know why. The Bible doesn't say why she went turned back, but she did. The point is, she never listened. We gotta listen. Jehovah tell us, do it this way. Do it his way. Because it's for our benefit that we listen to him. What about Daniel when he was thrown into the lion's den? Jehovah preserved him alive, you see. So we can be confident that Jehovah will always be there for us. He will always protect us and help us. That's a guarantee. Man's promise, we no can really rely upon. But Jehovah says, I'll be there for you. Psalm 46:1. And looking to Jehovah will enable us to free us from many of the worries of this system of things. So the important thing then, friends, brothers, is that we gotta keep our priorities straight. In other words, stay focused. Yeah? What is the most important thing in our life? Serve Jehovah. Serve Jehovah the best we can. And Jehovah can read our hearts. Nobody else can. You know? And if we're trying and we feel, oh man, I can be doing more, but Jehovah understands our situation, our circumstances. So set our priorities straight. It means storing up treasures in heaven. So no matter what happens, Jehovah always going to remember us because we serve him faithfully. Remember too that there's certain things we have no control over. Certain things, yes, we do. But there's other things that no matter how much we worry, we cannot control. And so keep our priorities straight, do what we can, one thing at a time, don't get overwhelmed, and just move ahead. The new system is so close. Another thing is to keep our life simple. Don't get complicated. If we're coping with personal problems, illness, depression, so many of our friends dealing with that, depression, we don't realize. But be sympathetic, yeah? Be patient. It's not going overnight, you talk to them and okay, they're good already, they're all set. No, it takes patience, time, and encourage them. Keep encouraging them. Especially those who are depressed, yeah? Because they need the support. We need each other's support. And Jehovah provides the brothers and sisters in the congregation. Someone that we can confide in, we can talk to, we feel comfortable, and they're going to keep the confidentiality. In other words, they're not going to blab it all over, tell everybody else, hey, you know what? This sister, oh boy, or that brother, oh, he's a loser, man. No, somebody you can trust and you feel confident. We need sounding boards. You heard that expression, sounding boards. Yeah, talk to somebody. Because when we are by ourselves and we're thinking and we're working and we, all these things going through our mind, we come up with all kinds, kind of crazy ideas. But when you talk to somebody, one brother, one elder, or a good friend, they say, no. You know what? You're supposed to do this. They think, oh yeah, that's right. Hey, thanks, eh? And you feel that relief, yeah? But when we're with our own thoughts, sometimes it can get overwhelming, yeah? Our worries. So, supplicate Jehovah. Supplicate means to beg Jehovah, yeah? In our prayers. It's a different mode of prayer, right? Supplicate. When was the last time, you really got down on your hands and knees and you have prayed to Jehovah, and you was crying. You was crying your heart out, begging Jehovah, Jehovah, help me get through this situation. I don't know if I can take it anymore. When was the last time you really begged Jehovah? If it hasn't happened, sad to say, it might, the way things going in this system, we don't know what to expect. We might find ourselves there. And those of you who have supplicated Jehovah, the comfort when you're begging Jehovah, that He's going to be there for us. And He's going to get us over the hump. We're not going over the edge. People in the world, that's why they go over the edge. They know more Jehovah. I was talking to one of the security guards. He's the main security guard at Maui Memorial. And we was out in house to house, and he told me, you know what, bro? You don't know how many suicide, every day come in to the hospital, suicide attempts. You guys, only what come in the paper or what we hear, family, friends. But every day, he said, young ones trying to commit suicide, he says, we gotta deal with that, he says. People end their life already. They don't know what to do. Crazy, this world. But when he told us that, he made us think, we get so much to be thankful for. We get the brotherhood, we get Jehovah, His support, take advantage of all the provisions that Jehovah, provides for us. And our relationship with Him, that's the most important thing, right? No matter what people or others say about us or think about me, Brother Ikeda, short guy or whatever. Short, fat, and ugly, but, at least Jehovah, you remember me, Okay, that's the main thing. Our relationship with Jehovah, keep that going, Keep that going, as strong as we can, The most intelligent man in this world will never solve the problems. But we can cope with life's worries by doing Jehovah's will now. Stay focused, because the new world is just around the corner, just ahead of us. We can almost smell it, like the expression goes. And just think of the eternal blessings. What's ahead? Paradise, no more stress, no more anxieties. We're going to be all together with our loved ones. What can be better than that? It's going to be such happy times. So let's keep focused on that. Okay?
Thank you, Brother Ikeda. I'm sure we all appreciated that talk, Very, very good job. I appreciated how you said, if all the smartest people in this world, they should just get together and solve the problems. They cannot, Only Jehovah can do that. So we appreciate you helping us see how God is the only one that helps us cope with life's worries or anxieties. So now we can move on into our watchtower. We're not power yet. We invite Brother Aaron Ellison to the stage.